Wayne Kilborn is a member of our Facebook group and suggested that I talk about motivation and passion on the podcast. And I bet you can guess what today's topic is going to be after that hint. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
A lot of people seem to have a hard time figuring out what they're passionate about, or even if they're passionate about anything. They figure if they wait long enough, something's going to show up and say, hey, this is what you're passionate about. And that's really kind of the wrong approach. You can actually make yourself be passionate about something. And since you're a food truck owner, if you're not passionate about some segment of the food truck operations or the food truck industry, you're not going to have a whole lot of fun as a food truck owner. Remember, you may have had that dream all your life. I want to own a food truck. But owning a food truck is an activity. It's a thing. You own a thing. You possess something. It's not really a passion. What is it about the food truck that made you want to have a food truck? That becomes your passion. Was it because you could travel around? Was it because you thought it would be super cool just to cook food to all your friends and family and make a little bit of money? You got to figure out what made you want that food truck in the first place. So just kind of ask yourself, what about the business really gets you excited that made you have that dream? Was it cooking or seeing people love your food? How about putting a smile on somebody's face because you give just awesome service? Or it could be that you just like teaching people and you have a great set of skills when it comes to cooking and you just want to teach other people how to cook really good food. Or maybe you just like handling people and teaching them how to grow as human beings so that they can get better jobs and make more money. So you just want to teach people that. And a food truck's an easy way for you to be able to teach young people how to be productive. Or maybe you just like putting money in the bank and creating that security for yourself and your family. Or maybe you just like building a business, and as soon as you get this one operating smoothly, you sell it and go start another one. There are a whole bunch of people that are what they call serial entrepreneurs. If that's your passion, then do it. But you got to identify that passion. For example, my passion is teaching people and then seeing those people succeed. That's why I do what I do right now. So here are 5 steps to help you to create and then increase your passion in this business. You got to identify what your real passion is when it comes to the food business. Again, is it cooking? Is it serving? Is it serving the public? Is it sharing your recipes or maybe sharing your nationality's food and cuisine? Is it just being a part of the community and just making a positive impact? Whatever it is that excites you about that food truck dream you had a long, long time ago, identify it and then let's focus on that so that you can be super passionate about the business, and that will help you overcome those little bumps that we're all going to experience operating a business. So that was step number 1. Step number 2 is to start doing it and then rewarding that passion. You certainly cannot be passionate or claim to be passionate about something if you're not doing it. Doesn't matter if you're good at it. Let's say that you love cooking, but you're like Ellie Mae Clampett and cannot cook a thing. That's okay. You can learn that. You can become the expert at that. We'll talk about that in a second. But you gotta do it. You got to start doing it. Tip number 3, I kind of gave it away a second ago with that little spoiler, is you got to learn everything about it. So if you don't know how to cook, or you don't know something about the speed of service or understanding how to handle your guests, if you don't know something but you really are passionate about doing it, and that's your motivation for having bought a food truck in the first place, then learn about it. The biggest part of becoming passionate about something is that learning. And learning everything about it. This is going to increase your knowledge and it'll increase your understanding of that particular activity. And then as you learn and you integrate the activity into who you are, it becomes a general part of your life. And you'll become excited to talk about it. And you want to share that passion with everybody else. And it'll be really, really hard to contain yourself when you start to talk about your food truck and whatever it is about your food truck you're passionate about. No matter what the activity is that you're trying to become passionate about, there are books There's websites, there's videos, there's magazines. Consume that content. Check them all out. Absorb everything you possibly can, because that puts you on the road to becoming an expert. And I've talked about the difference in experience. Experience is I worked in this business 45 years. Being an expert is I have done all of these different things that I could list off about the business. You don't become an expert by spending time. You become an expert by learning, by practicing. You want to learn the lingo. You want to learn the history about the activity. You want to figure out if there's anybody that's famous that does the activity. Like if you're a big cook, find some chef that speaks to you, that makes you excited to be able to say, hey, I cook just like. I love this dude's recipes. Because I promise you, there's somebody out there that's famous for whatever it is you have a passion for. As you start to gain that knowledge, you're going to become obsessed with your passion. If you made the activity something that you regularly do and then you regularly learn about, you'll eventually find you're obsessed with it. You'll start to think about it all the time, and that'll become natural, become second nature to you. You might even find yourself striking up conversations about it to people that are just acquaintances with. You may even start to bore your friends with how much you talk about it. But you're passionate, you're fired up about it. And the reason that you do those things is because you started to think about it more. It started to become part of who you are. You're more likely to be more motivated to seek it out and do it even more. You want it to become a bigger and bigger part of your life. Once you've reached that point to where you are just gushing about your passion, about how much you love whatever it is you are doing in the food truck industry, then this next step becomes a little bit easier. Step number 5 is integrate it into your life. Keep that passion going. It's okay to be gushing about your food truck because it is your business. It is becoming a big part of who you are as a person. That's when you know that you've hit that passion level. And when you've integrated it fully enough into your life, your friends and your family are going to start to see you as that passion. And they're going to get excited about the passion as well, especially if it has something to do with cooking food or serving people, because then you're outgoing and happy and people want to be around you because you now have become an expert in something you're passionate about and showing success. And that creates that charisma that people want to be around. It's like, oh my goodness, I got to be around this person. They're a people magnet. Just make sure the passion doesn't take over who you are. Your passion should be enhancing your life. It should be enhancing your business, and it should be bringing you a whole bunch of joy. If it's not bringing you joy, then you've taken your obsession too far, and now it's interfering with other things that are important to you as well. You want to keep it all balanced, especially with your business profit and loss statement. It is entirely possible to love marketing to the point where you market yourself out of business. Let's try one more set of coupon. Let's try one more special. Let's try one more thing because you're passionate about putting it on social media and you just can't wait to get the next one out there. And you literally can market yourself out of business. So make sure you keep your passion in check and in balance with your business and your profit and loss. I know a whole bunch of food trucks that have had their passion take over their business, and it is really not a good thing. One of the things that I see every single day that I talk to people is they have a shared passion for cooking. I love cooking. I hear that all the time. And then, of course, the next natural thing when I'm talking to new food truck owners is, what are you going to have on your menu? And then they tell me 47 things. And then they say, guess what? It's going to change every day because I love cooking. They're passionate about creativity. They're passionate about cooking, but they got to make money to stay in business. The passion gets you up in the morning, gets you fired up to go to the food truck. It helps get you through those tough times, but it cannot be your sole focus because there's sometimes you have to put on that accounting hat and be the boring dude that's counting inventory. Sometimes you got to be the boring person that's doing the marketing stuff and posting on social media. Some of those things may not be your passion, but you still got to do them. Finding passion in your life is super important. They're the foundations of a well-lived life. Think about this quote. T. Alan Armstrong said, if there's no passion in your life, then have you really lived? If you're struggling to identify your goals towards your business, reach out to someone. You got our Facebook group. A whole bunch of people there willing to help. Reach out to me as a business coach. Reach out to me as a mentor. Or reach out to somebody that's in your life that's a leader. Ask for advice. Ask for guidance. Could be a parent, could be a teacher, could be a community member. It doesn't matter. Just reach out if you're confused. You want to do this business, but I'm not really sure where that passion lies. Because if you're only getting in this to make money, you're going to be really, really disappointed because there's going to be some tough roads. But that passion will get you through those tough times because the passion is what makes you happy. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.